Now, there are different kinds of nightmares which people have because of different terrible experiences they have in their life. Remember, I'm talking to people that are broken like me, that, most of the times I will see people, when I was younger, telling me they will kill me, and, it goes down to the experience I had when somebody was molesting me sexually when I was very young, and she would always tell me, if you tell anybody, I will kill you and I will kill your mother. Like I said, I would like you people to go in or take the Soul School Part 1, Part 3. You will see most of my stories there. Now, that thing, I now begin to see different faces of people telling me that they will kill me. It is something that if my system hears, I will kill you, I will just get scattered. So that was one of the stages of the nightmare I had. I had so many other nightmares where I see myself trying to run from people that wants to shoot me again. This is an experience I had, always because of my gang experience. I always find myself at the edge, running for my life or doing something like that. So these are the things that gathers together and forms my own type of nightmare. There are people that were raped. When there are small children, and all the time their reticular activating system will always go back to that time when they were raped and formulate a story that will cause that kind of feeling they had, that embarrassment, that fear, that anxiety that came with the raping. There are people that have problem with always focusing on sicknesses. And all the time, their reticular activating system will always go down to the library of the mind and pick different stories about the sicknesses and whatever, and put it together and begin to haunt them. There are some people that their nightmare is constant every day. People that have had post-traumatic stress disorder, like me. I had post-traumatic stress disorder because of some certain things that happened in my life. When I was very small, I always told people about how, some people that were older than me dealt with me sexually, dealt with me. I forgot myself. I could not be able to relate with my mates anymore. And then it was not easy for me to see what my parents were going through, coming from a very rich family, and finding out that the brothers and sisters were unable and unwilling to help my family. So we were suffering through a lot of things. And myself, being a warrior that I am, I wanted to use my head and carry every problem of the family, and then that also weighed me down. Another thing that happened, to me was the death of my father, mother, and brother. My father died, my mother died, my brother died. All of them died out of weariness of what they see in the world. There was nothing spiritual attached to it. They died out of weariness of what, these are my people. These are people that I love. These are people that I want to fulfill my life with. These are people that I want to be around in the days of my prosperity. And somehow or the other, they took them away from me. And when that happened, I found myself having some nightmares, different types of nightmares. And when I was in London with my doctor told me that I was having post-traumatic disorder. And most of them reflect itself through the kind of dreams I have. So there are people that are really going through a lot of things, and they don't know, when those of us that have been victims of nightmares, those of us that have been victims of insomnia, sleepwalking, those of us that have found ourselves, sleeping is a threat for us, because most of the times you don't know what you dream about, and the subconscious mind, sees everything that happens in dream as if it is real life, and then you wake up in the night, your heart is pounding, you don't know who to talk to. You don't even know who to relate it to, because everybody has their whims and caprices on how they define dream. And when you go to some pastors, not all of them, so many of us have studies to show ourselves approved in the work of God, but there are many people that wants to be shepherd of Israel, and they don't equip themselves. And the only way they could escape is to introduce the people into the world of fantasy. When people that have this kind of problem and have this kind of disorder comes to them, you are possessed. Your grandfather is pursuing you. Go and have 30 days prayer. Go and give money to beggars. Go and do this. But these things does not solve the problem of nightmare and post-traumatic disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder. Why? Because this thing is a psychopathic thing. It's something that happens in somebody's psyche. And what heals people's psyche mostly is understanding. And what brings understanding is the truth. What will make you to calm down and know that nothing is wrong, is truth, and truth is God. Jesus is God, and Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and life. God is the only supplier of truth. And this program that I'm doing, God really wants to tell you and some certain things you need to know. Yes, nightmare is nightmare. Nightmare is fearful. When you wake up, your heart is pounding. You don't know who to explain. But can I tell you something today? What I want to tell you today is what dream, nightmare, whatever it is all about. It is just a dream. Dream is not your spiritual world. Dream is not what happens to you. Dream is not what God said. Dream is not what you use to judge yourself. Dream is something that was formulated by your subconscious mind. Dream is just like a movie. You are the producer, and your subconscious mind is the director. Sometimes this movie makes sense. Sometimes this movie is educational. So most of the times it is nothing. So the first thing I want you to understand is that your dream is not an abstract thing that happens to you. Your dream is your property. You dream. Everything that you see in your dream comes from different parts of different experiences you have in your life. I repeat, from different parts of different experiences you've had in your life. Every of your dream comes from your memory. Your memory is what conducts that thing. Pick what this person's shirt and this person's leg and this person's face and this person's horn and this animal's teeth and that and begin to mesmerize your brain and put your brain where you will feel disturbed, and then you check out of the sleep. But when you check out of the sleep, the most important thing is what you do after you wake up from your dream. Some people wake up from their dream and their mind will go to what they were told, and they will begin to interpret the dream in respect with one nonsense that somebody told them somewhere. For example, like the young girl I told you that saw herself eating in the dream, and she woke up and she said, hey, I'm eating in the dream. Oh, bad omen will come upon me. And she immediately said it. Her brain power, her belief power rushed into what she believed that happened to her and created that thing I told you in the last, how the placebo and nocebo effect works in man. So it is the interpretation you give to dream, not the content of the dream. First of all, the interpretation you give to dream. When you wake up, you say, this is just a dream. And you think about the dream. If the dream is educative, wonderful. Your mind is a genius. Your mind can explain something or teach you something through the dream sometimes. If it is something that is educational, you use it for yourself. If it is something that is not educational, listen, you have to, in your video, in your DVD, everything has delete these days. You have to know how to use your delete power. If it is a dream that does not make sense, you delete it. There are some dreams that belong to the trash can. And when you dream a dream that is not in accordance to what God says, it belongs to the trash can. You throw it to the trash can. You are a God. You are a diverse person. You are in charge, and your dream is your property. Whatever you want to do with your dream is what you will do with your dream. If you submit your dream to your belief power has infinite ability to bring what you dreamt to pass. That does not mean that God said, and that does not mean that Satan has power over you. You are the person that strangulated yourself by releasing your belief power to your dream. But when you dream and see that, maybe you dream and see yourself in primary school, you say, no, I'm not in primary school. What does it mean? It doesn't make sense. Look at me, I'm a graduate and I find myself in primary school. It doesn't make sense. You delete it. Not coming to somebody that will tell you, whenever you see yourself in primary school, it means that spirit of backwardness is pursuing you, and you will go and begin to pray, backwardness, die, backwardness, you will not catch me, and then you enter into prayer for backwardness. There is nothing backward there. It is your memory. Your memory has everything you went through, and when your subconscious is walking around, it can come around in your memory. It can come around when you are in primary school. Maybe use it to formulate one nonsense, or maybe use it to formulate something that is meaningful. What I am saying is that this dream that you think it is an abstract thing that happens to you, that you think that it is a measuring thing that you will use to measure your life, this dream is your property. It is an activity of your mind. It is the stress of the world that made it to start looking dirty and start becoming a nightmare. But once you wake up with the knowledge and the truth, the Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 5, it says, for dream comes through the multitudes of the mind. Why can't we take what the Bible said? You take what a magician in front of the market said. You take what one stupid person wrote and said that is dream interpretation. You take what you read from all those funny newspapers. Why can't you take what the Bible said? The Bible said that the dream comes from the multitude of your mind. It is your mind that creates your dream. You are the owner of your mind. It's because of the content of and quality of information you have in your mind that your reticular activation system is going to your memory to create this kind of things that is being created. And because you know that your dream is your property, you can do something about your dream. And the first thing I said you should do about your dream is for you to calm yourself down and call it what it is. It is a dream. If you see 13 python pursuing you, it is a dream. If our information has been pure, our dream would have been pure. It is because of some things that we open ourselves to. Since 1910, that television was manufactured, we opened our mind to the world. Called people are talking to us. People that doesn't share the same faith with us are talking to us in the name of music, in the name of films. We open our mind, and then we watch these horror films, and then we watch these vampires that are sucking blood, and then we watch these Nigerian films that every time you are watching Native Doctor put something into somebody's body and all that, and you say, I'm not afraid. You don't need to be afraid now. What I'm telling you is that all these garbage you are watching is going to the shelf in the library of your mind that is called conscience. There is a shelf created for all these things you are watching, and it's there. And one day, maybe because of your condition or circumstances, one day things will change, and the focus of your subconscious, focus of your reticular activating system will go to that particular thing you watched about people sucking blood and use it to create an image. You see yourself being pursued by that thing you got from a video cassette or a VCD you bought for 100 naira, and it will destroy your night and spoil your happiness. You know, if you want to start having good dreams, there are some things you need to do about that, boy. But it might not be immediate, but once you know that dream is dream, I think 50% of the problem is solved, because you will not be afraid the way you used to be afraid. Number two, you have to judge your dreams according to the word of God. Most of these things you see in the dream, did God permit it that it will happen to you? Is it, and then when you see dream, you say, it has come again. What has come again? Another thing I want you to know is that every picture is in your memory, and every sound in your memory, and every voice in your memory, they are innocent. In your dream, your subconscious may use somebody's face and use his voice and come and do something. That does not mean that it is the person in the real world that did it to you. It doesn't mean that. So you shouldn't come out in your life and say, Uncle, so you are the person that wants to kill me. I saw you in my dream pursuing me. You don't do that. You don't do that. Your dream might make you to want to be careful, or instruct you to be more careful, or whatever. But you don't use what you go through. How many people have died? How many old women have died? How many mothers have been chased away from their daughter's house because their daughter had a dream, or because the husband of their daughter had a dream? A woman that nurtured them, carried her 9 months now. Before she gave birth to her, took care of her, weaned her, gave her breast, did everything to this girl. This girl grows up, and after her wedding, this woman comes to the house. The girl has one funny dream. She comes out, she chases her mom away. That this is what people suffer, because they have not understood that dream is just an activity of the mind. Dream is just an activity of the mind. When you transform your mind, when you renew your mind, when you begin to renew what you focus on what God says, and you will see that your dream will change. If you focus on what God said, if you focus on positive things, if you focus on beautiful things, if you focus on possibilities, if you focus on love, do you know what will happen? Your reticular activating system will not have any choice than to focus on those beautiful aspects of your memories. Because your focus is beautiful, your reticular activating system will focus on beautiful things. But when your focus is I will die, oh, they are going to kill me, or somebody is trying to plant a child in the house, oh, somebody is trying to assassinate me, oh, this Nigeria is crazy. Your reticular activating system will go to the crazy part of your memory and begin to bring crazy materials and crazy emotions and terrible things and use it to formulate this thing. And the problem is that you don't sleep well. But I want you to know that it is not drug, it is not sleeping tablet that will cure you. What will cure you is the realization and understanding that dream is just a movie, it's just a funny thing that happens in us. And when you understand that, then you change where you focus. How will you change where you focus? When you begin to read, have an expanded knowledge of the truth. How will you have an expanded knowledge of the truth? When you read the Bible, when you listen to reasonable messages, when you listen to people teaching you. Christianity is a teaching ministry. Christianity is not a place of clairvoyance. This clairvoyance that people are, they will want to call phone number. What are you calling my phone number for? They will want to call the color of the pants somebody's wearing. What does the color of the pants somebody's wearing have to do with this? Jesus Christ is called Rabbi, and the meaning of Rabbi is teacher. He is a teacher. We need people in the church that will sit people down and teach them the truth of life. Because what will change people is not clairvoyance, it's not magic, it's not miracle. Miracle does not change a man. What changes a man is the truth. The Bible says that they shall know the truth, and the truth will set them free. So the truth is that your dream is not in charge of you. You are in charge of your dream. You are the person that was subconsciously and ignorantly choosing the topics of your dream, and you can stop it now by starting to have new mind and develop confidence in your life. That you see yourself there in the dream does not mean that you will die. Cancel it. Confess against it, speak against it, and move on with your life. That you see yourself poor in the dream does not mean that you will be poor. Then you see yourself, and again, don't allow what a cultural teaching. You will come into a particular place, they will say in our culture, snake is God. Whenever you see snake, don't meet with your husband 7 days. Rubbish. Snake is nothing. Snake is a reptile that has poison in his mouth. If you see it, take it away. If possible, if it threatens you, kill it. It will not do nothing to you. Don't allow what people interpret life through the truth and truth alone. Don't even allow anybody to intimidate you. Calm yourself down. Nothing is wrong. That is what I came here to tell you. Nothing is wrong. Calm yourself down. What kind of dream are you going to have tonight? I don't know. If you don't work on it, the nightmare continues. But I want you to know, my friend, that whenever the nightmare ends and you wake up, whether you wake up calm or you wake up sweating, just know that what you just had was a dream. And that dream is like a CD player in your house. This is my car. If I want, I will break it. If I want, I will throw it away. That CD, that dream experience is like a pamphlet of story in your heart. It's yours. If you want to learn from it, if you want, you throw it away. But don't allow it to dictate your life, because it's a lie. It is a fantasy. It is a lie. That is what I want to tell you. It comes from the business of the mind. Some pastor says, in my dream, the Lord told me. In my dream, the Lord told me. And they will be judging all innocent people. Sister Maka, stand up. You are a witch. I saw you in your dream. Where is your horn? Or you begin to demonstrate. I want you to demonstrate how you whatever. And then they embarrass innocent people. I'm not saying that people are not witches. I'm not saying that people are not bad. But what I'm saying is that, pastor, don't use your dream to form a doctrine in the church. It's not done. Dream is an activity of the mind. Dream is an activity of the mind. Don't use it to formulate. And whatsoever you dreamt of that is not according to the truth, cancel it and move on your life. Anybody that dream kills, or what he dreamt about happens in your life. If what you dreamt about happened in your life negatively, You are the person that releases your belief power to eat. You have a belief power that can bring to pass anything that comes to your mind. If you keep on focusing on dirty things, those dirty things will control your dream. It will control your nightmares. It will control what happens in your life. But when you begin to put dream where it belongs, calm yourself down, take charge, and begin to relax yourself. When you want to sleep after your prayer, you calm yourself down and work on the last 5 minutes of your dream and sleep off. You will wake up. Before you know what is happening, all these things will neutralize and you have yourself together again. Somebody might say to me, Chumazere, what are you talking about? Are you saying that God does not talk to people through dream? That's not what I said. That's not what I said. God talks to people through many ways. God can talk to you through the trees. God can talk to you through the rain. God can talk to you through circumstances. God spoke to somebody through his donkey. God can talk to you through a donkey, and also, just like one of the activities of the world, God can talk to you through dreams. It can happen once in a while, and when it does, your spirit will witness to it. And God does not become a monster to pursue people in the dream. God can only give you a fatherly thing that will edify you, that is according to his word. So let's put dream where it belongs. You are a God, you are in charge. Calm yourself down. And whatsoever nightmare you are having, when you begin to think positive things, I am not saying that it will stop continuing. Remember, this your mind is a planet. It thinks about 10 quadrillion things every second. And when truth comes into you, it has to take some little time for truth to begin to disintegrate and begin to win and begin to cast down those imaginations from your mind. But what we are saying is, while those things is happening, just know that dream is dream. God can talk to you through dream, but just know that it is still dream. So you have to make sure that the shock you have after your dream, no matter how bad the dream is, no matter how dreadful the dream is, you have to understand that this is just a dream. And when you wake up every day telling yourself that this is just a dream, that this is just a dream, the power, the level of the shock and the level of the panic that your subconscious throws to your mind will begin to reduce and reduce and reduce until it gets automatic. It will be a miracle if it automatically stops. But by experience, I will tell you that it's going to take some time as you maintain positive attitude and as you begin to think towards positive things and leave those horrible things you are thinking about your mind. This thing will begin to reduce and reduce until it normalizes, depending on the force and the seriousness you use in the renewal of your mind. Now, another thing I want to talk about is what the Bible said in the book of Job. The Bible said in a dream, in the vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, then he opens their ears and seals their instruction. It says, when deep sleep falls upon men, he opens their ears and seals them with instruction. Now the question I have for you is, before you sleep, what kind of instruction do you give to your subconscious? Or how do you seal your instruction? That brings me to what I want to talk on the last 5 minutes before you go to bed. This is very important. The last 5 minutes before you go to bed is the most important time of your sleeping time, and the first 5 minutes when you wake up is also the most important time of your daily time. So what do you do with the last 5 minutes before you sleep? What do you do with it? What do you do with it? Many people, take stock. It's a normal thing for us to take stock about what we did in the day. So even when after our prayer, when we are waiting for sleep to fall upon us, we will think, we will just try to take a stock of what happened the whole day, and that is not bad. But the thing is that many people, when they want to sleep, they take time and begin to think about what they don't like, what people did to them that they don't like, what happened to them that they don't like. They begin to reflect on what they did during the day that did not work, and then they begin to query what will happen in their sleep. Is that ghost going to come again? Am I going to have that kind of sleep I had again? Am I going to see dead people again? Am I going to wake up again sweating? when you are doing this thing, your subconscious mind doesn't know what is real and what is not. Your subconscious mind doesn't know if you are taking a stock of your day or not. But when you do this thing, your subconscious mind and your reticular activating system is listening. That is when you are selling your subconscious mind and reticular activating system. You are selling them with the instruction of how you want your sleep to be. Do you understand what I said at all? When you want to sleep, the last 5 minutes you used to think about what didn't work, who did you this, is that ghost going to come again in my dream? I know that they have told me that I'm possessed, because they have told me I'm so possessed. I'm going to be having this kind of dream until that possession goes out. How can that possession go out? There are some possession, the demonic possession that will not go out except the truth enters, and the truth is what I want for it to enter into you so that you understand what is happening. The last time, this is an autopilot. Your reticular activating system and your subconscious mind is like an autopilot. They control everything you do, but they don't know what is real and what is not real. So when you are reflecting on all the bad things that happened to you, when they spoke to you, they are molesting me, the doctor said I'm going to die very soon, and all that. When you are loading all these things in your last 5 minutes, your reticular activating system, subconscious is listening, and the reticular activating system is ready to work. Immediately sleep sinks you into unconsciousness. Your reticular activating system will rush with that information it received in the last 5 minutes and rush to the library of your mind and use it to create all kinds of dreams. You see. So what you need to do is, when you lie down to sleep after your prayer, you use the power of I am and begin to talk to yourself. I am happy. So the last 5 minutes before you go to bed to sleep, if you're having nightmares, what kind of nightmares you have, remember that you are the person that is subconsciously instructing your subconscious mind and your reticular activating system on what to do. You're doing subconsciously, but everybody that is having nightmares are doing this. So what you need to do is to stop and know that your dream can be instructed. And then you use the power of I am. That last 5 minutes, just be saying, this is a beautiful day, I am happy, I am relaxing, I am able, I am great, I am a wonderful person, I am a child of God. The angels of God are surrounding me now, I am about to sleep. This is going to be a peaceful sleep. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to be troubled. I'm not going to wake up in pain. Just keep saying that until that last time you subconsciously. You won't say it out. You can be saying it in your mind. Just keep saying that and keep visualizing peacefulness, visualizing quietness. No matter how bad the day has been, please do not go to bed with go to your last 5 minutes before sleep with the way the day has been. If the day has been bad, just keep on confessing wonderful things, reflecting on beautiful things. Bam, you will see that your reticular activating system will take this last information and go to your mind and go to the pleasant area of your memory and begin to pick wonderful things in your memory and then use it to compose the dream that you're going to have. I'm not going to tell you that you'll stop having dreams. I'm not sure that can happen. You'll be having dreams, but what I'm saying is that with time you can control your dream and normalize things, and your body temperature will normalize through your positive thought and the level of truth you put into you. And as you get aware of all these things I've said, let me round up by telling you that it is just a dream. Nightmare, insomnia, whatever it is just a dream. You don't have to panic about it. Ghost or no ghost, I don't care. Magic or no magic, I don't care. Witchcraft or no witchcraft, I don't care. You have power over them. You have power over them. It's just that somebody specializes in using his mind negatively. There is nothing any human being can do with his mind that you cannot do with your mind if you begin to seek the information and begin to practice it. Your mind can do anything. You just decided to be the way you are and be a child of God. It's because you need rest, you need happiness. You don't need to manipulate people in this so much abundant world. You don't need to manipulate anybody to get anything. You just desire what you want and ask of it, and it will come to you. So why manipulating anybody? Why being a thief or whatever, or somebody that intimidates people, or somebody that tries to use people's nocebo to fight? Just relax yourself. Know that it is a dream. Know that that dream is your property. Know that you can instruct your dream. Know that you can construct your dream. Know that you can kill the bad thoughts that are hanging in your memory. You can normalize. The Bible says, mortify therefore the members of your flesh that are upon the wall. There are members of the flesh, the memories that belong to the flesh that you need to mortify, and then put it with loving memories. Remember, you put it with the stories of people that love you. Put it with the word of God. Put it with some message, wonderful messages, and relax yourself. Some people, when they begin to practice what I said here, their solution might come quickly, and some people, theirs might delay a little bit, but whichever one you did, just don't quit. Keep on thinking about realization. Tell yourself, I am relaxed now. You can repeat it 20 times, you can repeat it. Remember, I have told you that repetition is the mother of knowledge. When you repeat things, the power and the momentum of that particular thing you are repeating and continually visualize, the power and momentum will begin to grow. So when you begin to tell yourself, I'm relaxed, I'm extremely relaxed, I'm happy, everything in every way is making my life better. Repeating it, everything in every way is making my life better. Everything is in every way is making my life better. Everything in every way is making my life better. As you are saying it, everything doesn't have a choice, and every way doesn't have a choice, because when you say all these things, your belief power will fall upon it and begin to use everything in every way to work out your good. You are a super machine created by this God to influence the earth. And happiness is, the Bible said that it is righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Ghost that is the kingdom of God. God wants you to be happy, and I believe that is the reason why this thing came to you today. I don't know if you will go back to that timid belief of what people said about dream, or that timid belief of what you read in one so-called prayer book, or one dream interpretation book or the other. Know that you are the owner of yourself, and you are a child of God, and that anything that your negative mind has created, that it can be uncreated, and you can feel it. You can dismantle every negative thing in your life through the power of thought, and you can create the new ones and enjoy your life. I want to thank you very much. I'm going to be listening to this thing as you are listening to it too, because I need most of the things that was spoken down by the Holy Spirit of God. I want to thank you very much. You have been a friend indeed. And this thing, gather your children, tell them about this thing. Tell your child that no ghost is coming to carry her. Tell your child that no witch is coming to do nothing. All these things is fallacies that people say. You tell those children so that they will grow with this awareness. Teach people in your Sunday school about this thing. Remember, I have my reason why I don't go to the Bible all the time, because I know that the people, I don't want to use too much of quotation and all that to confuse the lay, innocent people that are listening to me. But everything I've said here, you can always see it in the Bible as you reflect in the Word of God. I love you, and I thank you very much. Remember, I am your friend, I am your co-fighter, but I am winning, and I want you to win with me, and I want the world to win, and I want this generation that is coming not to live in blindness of ignorance anymore, for us to know what God has endowed us, what God has put in us, and what God is expecting of us. I know that by the healing you will get through this thing, you will run faster than a tiger. May God bless you. May God shine His countenance upon you. I'm going to come with the next series, and I know that step by step that we are going to reach wherever the Lord wants us to go. I love you. I am Truman Zeribe. Salute.